And what is kind of confusing to some people is ATSU universities like this umbrella. And underneath this umbrella are 6 different colleges. So we have 2 medical schools, which would be your first and second college. The School of Health Management, which is a totally online university. The Arizona School of Dentistry and Oral Health. The Arizona School of Health Sciences, that's like your PA and PT, things like that. And then the Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health. All of these are individual schools. They're all ATSU University, but like if you would come to the Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health, you couldn't transfer to the Arizona school. There's 2 separate schools.
Okay.
It says pending accreditation, and we're going through the accreditation process right now. It's any new school that starts has to go through this process, and we're just in that particular area. So we are building the university actually as we speak. This is our mission statement, and I put this up here because wherever you decide to go, it's important that your philosophy, your personal philosophy, lines up with the school, because dental school is extremely tough. It's extremely rigorous. And just to let you know a little bit about us, because we're different than other universities. Each university has its special niche. So just a couple of things I put up there. Osteopathic heritage. You guys have an idea what that could be? Some schools I go to, they know what osteopathic heritage is all about. Some people don't have an idea. So, okay. That's okay. That's okay. Well, basically, there are 2 kinds of doctors. There's an MD, medical doctor, and there's a DO. Okay, DO is a doctor of osteopathic medicine. I'm relating that to the dental side of what we do. The osteopathic heritage is more focused on preventative care. It's more focused on whole person health care, educational health care, and patient-centered health care. For example, and I'll relate this to dentistry, but you've all been to the doctor, and you wait for an hour to get into the little room, and you wait for another hour, and he or she comes in and sees you for 30 seconds and leaves. Okay, we train all of our students that go through any of our programs to spend more time with the patient, to get to know them, know their history, because there's a lot of things that can affect your health. And for instance, my doctor is a DO, and he'll meet us on a Saturday, out of his way to meet us and to take care of us. My wife sometimes gets really bad headaches, so he'll meet her and help her with that. And so we train our students, dental students, everything to be patient-centered, to really care about the person. This one is huge for the dental programs, underserved populations. I'll get into that in a little bit, but that's really, really important and key for us. Public health dentistry is so vital for us. Just a little background, our Arizona School of Dentistry and Oral Health, we created that school because in Arizona there was a high population of Native Americans that did not have dental care. That's why we created the school. The Missouri School was created because Missouri ranks 47th in the nation in patient access to dental care. That's why we created this school. We created these schools to meet a need. And so we're very concerned about the underserved populations. Just touch a little bit on the Arizona School because it is one of our programs. That's the campus. I was in Arizona in February. It is very beautiful in Arizona. Everybody has a pool. When I was talking to my counterpart there in Arizona, she said that whenever they moved there, the real estate agent said one of the prerequisites to having a house is having a pool. So I thought that was kind of different from what I'm used to. The curriculum is a modular curriculum. Now what that means is you're going to take one subject and you're going to study it in all the different areas. So let's say periodontics. You're going to take that one subject and you'll study it in anatomy, physiology, chemistry, all of it. So you take everything and you study it really closely and you see how it translates across the curriculum. And what that does, it really exhausts it. So at the end of that time, you sit down, you take a test over that one area in all the different subjects. So I think it's a great way to really learn. Laser certification, that is the next step from kind of X-ray technology. Certificate in public health, when you graduate at the end of 4 years, you will graduate and you'll be a dentist. You also will get your certificate in public health. Now that is actually like 4 or 5 classes of our online master's program. A lot of students go through and they dual enroll and they complete the master's degree, which is another 4 or 5 classes. So you could go through and graduate with your dentistry degree and your master's in public health. What that does is it's more of an administrative type of degree. So if you want to open your own clinic someday, or if you want to do something in the business side of dentistry, it will prepare you for that. So community focus, we have groups that go out to the local schools and educate the students. We have professors that will take groups to South America to provide. I think one group went and all they did the whole week they were there was repair cleft palates. So we have a lot of that goes on. Technology is really state of the art in Arizona. And I talk a lot about Arizona because that's what I've seen. Now, Missouri is going to be very state of the art, even more than Arizona. But this is actually a picture of the sim lab. In the sim lab in Arizona, there are 76 students. Missouri is going to be 40. And so in the sim lab, there's 1 student per station. And there are like 100 stations in there, so there's lots of room to move around. Textbooks on computer, everything is going virtual. Not so much at the undergrad level yet, but through the graduate programs, everything is virtual. In our medical school, we just actually gave iPads to all the incoming first years. So I'm hoping that we do that with our dental students as well, because it just prepares them for what's going on. Lexicon, that is where everything is recorded. So all your lectures, all your labs, everything, and it's available through the Lexicon system 24 hours a day. So a lot of people in our medical school, they'll work out to it, garden to it, bake, or whatever they do, but it's a really great way to reinforce what's going on, what you've learned. The technology is really important to us. The curriculum is by and far my favorite part, other than the underserved populations part that I'll talk about in a little bit. So first year, it's all didactic. And didactic is exactly what we're doing here. There's a professor, and he or she is talking to the students. Students are interacting with the professor, and you're going to cover all of your basic sciences. You're going to cover all your dental as well. And so the first year is in the classroom, totally in the classroom. The second year, you move into the human patient simulation laboratory. So you're taking everything that you learned in your first year, going to the lab, and you're applying it in a safe environment where you can do so in a comfortable setting and you're not afraid you're going to hurt someone. Does anybody know what a wet lab is? Okay. A wet lab is, in Arizona, they have a wet lab, and at the beginning of their second year, the students go, they have a mold of teeth, they go and they make dentures, and they put it in their sim man, and that's what they use. So, not saying that you as dentists will be making dentures, but it just gives you the experience, kind of let you know what that's like, and you're going to cover all these different vital areas in the second year in that sim lab. So I really like the way that's set up. Now, third and fourth year, rotations. The third year, we have partnered with several CHCs in St. Louis, Missouri. So when I say CHC, does anybody know what a CHC is? CHC is a community health center. That is a place where people go that don't have health insurance, they can't afford health insurance, and the CHC will work with them on a sliding fee scale to accommodate them on what they can pay for health care. So we're going to send our students to St. Louis the third year, and they're going to work at those CHCs. We're building a CHC in Kirksville, Missouri, our home base, but we're sending them to St. Louis because the need will be greater there. And that's what we're going to do the third year. In the fourth year, we're going to send students through Missouri through CHCs or the surrounding regions. They could be in Kansas. They could be in Nebraska, maybe. Illinois, different places. Could be back in Kirksville. Could be in St. Louis. Could be here. Wherever the CHCs are. How we typically do this on the fourth year is at the end of the third year, students will get a list of top 4 or 5 choices where they want to serve, and we match them up accordingly. So 40 students, it's a pretty good chance that the students are going to go where they want to go. And we're going to keep them in a localized spot. So we're not going to send them to Iowa to Sioux City, Iowa for one of the rotations, and then uproot them and send them to Omaha, Nebraska for another one. We're going to try to keep them close. And it's 4 to 6 week rotations with one that the student can use as an elective. So that's kind of the way that the curriculum's set up. I really like it because the first year you're in the classroom, second year you're practicing it in a safe environment, third year you're going to the CHC in St. Louis. You're more free to do what you want to do, but you still have a very structured environment. There's going to be the way they do it in Arizona. There's different pods in each CHC. It might be different throughout the state, but in St. Louis rather. But there are different pods in each CHC, and there's the head dentist. Then there are 2 dentists that have been dentists for a long time, and then there's you. And so there's a lot of help and a lot of guidance for that. With the 4th year, you will still be a student, but you will be more free, and because you learn more. If that makes sense. Community involvement is huge. This 68 sites, that's with our Arizona school. So Arizona, the way they do it is they send you across the nation. You could be in Washington. You could be in Alaska. You could be in New Jersey. So it's a little bit different. The focus is a little bit different for the Missouri school. I really like the part about the faculty. 76 students in Arizona, 22 full-time faculty members, 100 part-time clinicians. So what this is, these are people that are dentists that are recognized as experts in their field, and they come in and they teach like 2 to 3 week courses for the students on their area of expertise. So we were talking about periodontics. And say you have an interest in periodontics, but you're not really sure if that's really the focus you want to go into. You get a professor that's an expert in periodontics. He's recognized throughout the country. He comes in and teaches this 3-week course. You can go in there and you can see, this is not really what I thought it was. Or, yeah, I really gravitate towards this. So I really like that because it gives the students an opportunity for that. Open door policy, that is so huge for us. Hopefully you guys will be able to come and visit the Missouri campus sometime. I actually set up tours for people. It's kind of interesting because our dental school is being built right now. We actually do not have a physical dental school people can walk into, and I've given like 10 dental tours with students. And what I do is I take them around the medical campus. I tell them what could be similar, give them a feel for the environment, give them a feel for what we are like, because it's important that you feel comfortable where you're studying at. So open door policy. The faculty, the staff, people like myself, we are very committed to student success. Dr. Dillenberg is the dean in Arizona. If you ever get a chance to meet Dr. Dillenberg, you'll never forget him. He's a very unique individual. I went to Arizona in February, like I said. I observed one of their interview days. I've been very accustomed to the medical school interview days, and this is a little bit different. And he came in, it was Mardi Gras time, and he had Mardi Gras beads on, and he goes in and he meets the class that's being interviewed each time and talks about it, and it was just really unique. But he told me, in all the years they've been operating, they've only had one person who did not be successful and go through and become a dentist. Only one person. The reason that person did not go through was because of an ethics violation. They do everything they can do above and beyond to make sure that people have the ability to graduate. It's not saying that they're going to take somebody who is not capable, but they're going to work with the people. He was very proud of that they got people through. He wants to make sure people have every opportunity. So the curriculum, the broad-based preventative approach, that's really important because, as I said earlier,